Goeienaand. Good evening, fellow South Africans. And a few months ago, a Kenyan member of parliament got up and said, "Hey guys, we owe China a lot of money, and we're going to start not being able to repay the interest on this loan." And he also mentioned the fact that the collateral on the loan was the port of Mombasa, which is the biggest port in Kenya. And basically the fact that when Kenya couldn't repay the debt, China would take over that port. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because South Africa is going down the same path. It's getting huge amounts of debt from China. Soon it won't be able to pay that debt, and China will be saying, okay, well, give us this port, or give us that Oliver Tambo Airport, or give us Durban Port, or, they'll be looking for key utilities that they want, that they will then own. And that's how they colonize a country, by stealth. Now, there's an article that's just come out today, and this is a shout out to, let me just have a look, to Elijah, and also to, where are we? Yeah, no, it's Elijah who sent me the article and also the video which is attached to this. But this article has just come out in Taiwan News, of all places. China's African debt trapped. Beijing prepares to seize Kenya's port of Mombasa. Now, this article only came out today. And there's a picture of President Xi with the President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya, taken in 2013, and they look very, very happy together. And the article reads, China may be preparing to seize some major assets in the African nation of Kenya as a result of debt trap diplomacy. Okay, so this is why I'm going to show this video is because this is a snapshot into the future of what's going to happen in South Africa. It's not rocket science. African media reports that Kenya may soon be forced to relinquish control of its largest and most lucrative port in Mombasa to Chinese control. Other assets related to inland shipment of goods from the port, including an inland container depot in Nairobi and the standard gauge railway, may also be compromised in the event of a Chinese port takeover. Kenya has reportedly taken extremely large loans from the communist government for the development of some major highways, and especially for the SGR, which is another railway, which will form a crucial transport link to and from Nairobi for the import and export of goods through Mombasa. So basically what the Kenyan people have done is they've funded a railway line that the Chinese will now own and control. Now that's absolute genius. You got to admit, that's genius. Anyway, here's the video. And once again, remember, this is where South Africa is going with China. It's been colonized. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, and have a great evening. Bye for now.
Don't blame members of the Senate when there's a revolution in this country. Kenyans out there are sick and tired of the public debt. Madam Speaker, currently, what we are paying is over 700 billion shillings a year. Next year, it is going to be about 900 billion shillings. Madam Speaker, I am surprised that with all that knowledge of the heavy taxation, of the heavy debt, Kenyans are being subjected to more taxes and taxes. You know, Kenyans out there ought to know that this House, the Senate, which is the House of Union, has got nothing to do with what is happening in the National Assembly. Because if I was in the National Assembly today, I would have ensured that we whip all members to be able to contribute on this thing to ensure that Kenyans do not get taxed. Taxes will not help us. What is happening right now and what the president ought to be doing is making sure that he closes all loopholes on corruption. This afternoon, Madam Speaker, I was one of the most frustrated, disappointed member of this House. We had an opportunity to be able to prove to Kenyans out there that we are different, but we failed. We had an opportunity to prove to Kenyans out there that they brought us into this House for us to defend them, but we failed when we did not discuss the Ruaraka land report, where Kenyans lost billions of shillings. This is something which I want to go on record as having stood here and fought for us to be able to debate it, but for some reason, there are some very strong powers that objected to it. And these powers are the ones that are killing this nation. Today, Kenyans ought to know that the port of Mombasa will soon be owned by the Chinese. The port of Mombasa has been given out as collateral for the loans that we are getting on a yearly basis from China. I'm sure when my dear good friend, Mr. President, traveled, he didn't come empty. What he did, the poor little kids who are born today, there's a lady who gave birth to 3 kids in Narok. Poor little, the family could not even afford to support them. But they were born, and now they have a burden of 100,000 shillings on top of them. I think people should stop giving birth. It is sad. And when you've been elected by people from your constituency, when you've been brought here, you love the fact that they are being treated unjust. You develop hatred for all the challenges that they have to go through. A poor mama mboga at home who relied on a gorogoro, small tin of corn or maize. You know, God has been faithful to us and gentle. Now they are buying it at 30 shillings. But when she has to take it to the posher mill, before she would pay 5 shillings, now she has to pay 20 shillings. I mean, seriously, if you don't care about those poor people, what is all this nonsense of the Big Four agenda? Why can't we go back to living within our means? It is sad that the county councils before used to collect more revenue. Where is that money going? I think Mr. President missed an opportunity here. When the members of the National Assembly sent the bill to him, and where they suggested 0 or actually suspending it, in fact, the members of the National Assembly were like, let's give him 2 more years. Let us try and feel whether you can collect money, or we can sensitize the communities to know that choices have consequences. He didn't take. He should have taken an opportunity to be able to ensure that cigarettes are taxed. When you go to Dubai, Madam Speaker, a packet of cigarettes is 1,000 shillings. Here it's 230. A bottle of Glenfiddich, which sells here for 9,000 shillings, probably sells there for about 15,000 shillings or 20,000 shillings. Why not tax this? Madam Speaker, one of the things that really disappointed me today is on this betting tax. And all these other hidden taxes that no one is talking about. People are so fixated to talking about the 8% VAT. But they are not looking at the cost where they are going to be paying when transferring money from one account to another. They are not looking at all the other hidden taxes. And it is imperative that even when these members of the National Assemblies are going through clause by clause, they should be open enough to tell Kenyans that we're in shit. We can no longer be able to survive. When you do not have money to eat, you shouldn't try and drive a Lamborghini. Go drive a Probox, a problem box. Solve your problems with a problem box. Trying to drive a Lamborghini when you cannot afford it, it is ludicrous.
Order, Senator, your time is up.